Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, I don't even know if this is even really a question. General Hospital, Sean Butler, such a wasted character. Um, I meant to put was such a wasted character. I'm gonna have to sit there and change that. But he was a wasted character, and it's crazy because I've been thinking about that all this week. Now, as you know, we sit there and talk about all the soap operas, YNR, B&B, Days, and of course GH. But when they brought back Sean, it was like, for what purpose? What purpose did they actually have for bringing him back? He didn't do anything. Um, there was no romance with Alexis. They didn't do anything with Jordan. Um, like the dude was just there to be there, you know? And I understand who was supposed to be sitting there connecting with TJ. And I guess that's cool and everything, but in reality, he didn't like bringing him back from jail. Like if he would have came back from jail and would have had a score to settle with Sonny, that would have been interesting. But instead, it's all, oh, kumbaya, I belong in jail. And then he came back and he started doing the story with Madeline Reeves and trying to track down the whole thing with Hayden Barnes, but it just went exactly nowhere. And all he wound up doing is taking the money from Nicholas and using it to give Alexis a newspaper. The end. That was it. That was literally that was the extent of him being on the show and doing something interesting. Black Mind's in the chat. Monique's in the chat. What's good, Monique? Thank you for joining. I hope you had a great day. I want to know how the audio is. Yeah. There was a time we was on Facebook and they told you not to sit there and just they told you not to um click on people that you didn't know, not to add people on that you didn't know. And now it's all like people on that you didn't know. And now it's okay, cool. Just checking. Just checking. Amy's in the chat. What's good, Amy? I hope you had a great day. Thank you for joining. Man, this episode of General Hospital was really wild, wasn't it? And by wild, I mean like nothing actually happened. I mean, this seems out of pocket, even for General Hospital. Um, Obviously, I felt like YNR was like the best one. Valerie's in the chat. Was good, Valerie. Laura B's in the chat. Was good, Laura B. And Valerie says, "Hey, all Finn and Liz were all hey Finn and Liz were bored. They didn't do anything. They literally did nothing in the episode. What did they do? Sit there and play backgammon? Oh, and now apparently Liz is like really good at backgammon. Darby's in the chat. Was good, my friend. Last Day is in the chat. Was good, Last Day. Oh, we got a new person. Sean is in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Sean. Grams is in the chat. JH was the worst. It actually really was. I'm glad you're doing good, Blackmon. Freddie's in the chat. What's good, Freddie? Now, Monique says, I felt bad for Adam having to make that choice, save one so the other can live. If he had chose the baby, what kind of life the baby would have. I feel like that baby would have a life of resentment by Adam. That's right. We got a new person in the chat. Alyssa's in the chat. What's good, Alyssa? Valerie says I'm going to start calling them Fizz. That's how we do it. That's how we do it, Sean. Every time we get a new person in. Eagle Fang was good. Albert Finn and Liz were such a bore. Liz is in danger of becoming Sam, boring and not interesting. Well, the problem with this episode today, this episode felt particularly bad. I mean, by bad, I mean like boring. Freddie says Finn and Liz are dry as dry toast without jam. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this was actually supposed to be. Monique says I got to go back to work. Just came in and say, hey, have a good day at work, Monique. Thank you for joining us. Well, thank you for stopping through. Autumn's in the chat. What's good, Autumn? Alyssa said GH was horrible today. Yeah, it was actually pretty bad. Autumn says, "Hey GH, hey Albert. Today on GH, I felt like Sasha was trying to force Nina on Willow. Like, girl, Sasha needs to understand that her relationship with Nina is different than Willow's situation. Yes, and that's 100% true. 100% true. Makai's in the chat. Was good, Makai? Yeah, no. Days was actually good. YNR and Days was actually good. It's pretty much everything else that just kind of fell apart. Eagle fan says how many call? Yeah, pretty much everyone in the chat practically. Last day says I'm good, Albert. Honestly, Liz and Finn were boring. However, me and Mom enjoyed watching it because we played the backgammon a lot. Oh, okay. Laura B says I'm annoyed today. I lost parts of the soap today because I live in Connecticut and they were covering. Oh, um, I mean, you can always, well, if you have Hulu, you can always watch it on Hulu. I'll watch it on YouTube. I'm going to be honest, you didn't really miss anything. I mean, if there was a day where it's like you missed something, you're just like, this was today. Lashanta's in the chat was good. Lashanta. Autumn says, Albert, what happened on B&B today? Anything to talk about? Nope. Nope. They got the room at the last few minutes. Um, not a damn thing actually happened. Not a damn thing actually happened, Autumn. It would have been a struggle for me even if I was actually home and didn't watch the Flash to try to find something to talk about. Let's say Sean drunk ass needs help. Yeah, I mean my dude is like smashing bottles and going up in people's houses. Makai says, hey, Freddie says I was when yeah I knew that was going to end up happening. Eh, Kyrie's is in the chat. Was good, Kyrie's. I we have to agree to disagree on that one. It's hard to. I can't do that. I can't do that. Yeah. I feel like things just happen. Um, I can't do that. Darby says, I was kind of hoping Megan was going to blow a hole in Sean's head today with an annoying useless character. But I will sit there and say I did generally enjoy. No, Autumn, no, Thomas fantasies. I mean, you know, the sad thing is, Autumn, if they would actually have some Thomas fantasies, I would have at least enjoyed that part. I would have at least enjoyed that part. Um, because those are always funny to sit there and watch. Like for real. Eagle Fang says Olivia deserved what happened today. She really sided with Carly the entire time. She really didn't seem like she was siding with Carly at all. No, she she really didn't. Um, Eagle Fang said, "Does the character of Tracy suffer from bipolar? Is seriously question. She really is an uptight woman. She's not uptight. Well, she's just privileged. She's just a privileged Karen." Alyssa said Leo is annoying the way he was coming at Dimitri. He can be a little bit much. He can be a little bit much. Carrie says she should have stayed her ass in a hotel room instead of acting like a 5-year old with a tantrum. No, here's the thing, Carrie, is I get it. Like she was annoying. I, you know, mm, I don't know. I guess for me, I just sit there and look at it, and I feel like that's kind of just a tragedy, and I feel like it's like I couldn't sit there and blame a woman for that. You know, I can do a lot of things. Okay, I can literally sit there and drag somebody like there's no tomorrow in a lot of different cases. That's not one of them though. Graham TV says when Harrison told Megan he was going to be a witness, I cried like. Now, last day said, wait, what happened on Why Not? I missed it as well. Um, Watch my review, or just watch the episode. I'll watch the episode or watch my review. It was good. It was good though. It was the best one. And yeah, Lashanta, she is going to blame him because in her eyes, she's going to sit there and look at that and be like, "You should have chose the baby. You should have chose the baby." Um, was good, Nate. YNR and Days were good. The rest were bad. Were crap. She's going to be like, "You should have chose the baby over chosen me." And that's a very difficult choice. And she's going to sit there and look at it and be like, you know, you didn't choose what I wanted. You chose what you wanted. That's how she's going to look at it. Alyssa Megan thought she would bring Rash. Oh, she still is. Queen Akeisha's in the chat. What's good, Akeisha? It's funny. I actually said that, but I was like, yo, listen, if they bring her back, just kick somebody else off. I don't care who. Harry says also keep this secret in the chat, but I cried a little when Adam did. Got to keep it secret though. Can't let my. Of course not, Kyrie's. Of course. No, it's a heartbreaking scene. It's a choice that no one should have to sit there and make. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Alyssa Harrison was counting again like Jason. Yep. See, Alyssa, Jason 2.0. I said it. Morbius says so much a sad choice. Yeah, no, it's definitely a tough one. Salutations, CW. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. Mikhail says Adam will. Okay. Mikhail says Adam will go after Nick. Sally was worked was worked up over. Yeah, yeah. Then you start playing the blame game, and it's like no one wins at that point. Lashanta said Carly had the same thing happen to her when she fell through the ice, and Sunny had to choose between Carly and yep. I heard that scene was actually pretty difficult for Maurice Bernard. Darby says almost felt bad for the next person who pissed Adam off because it's no more Mr. Nice Guy. Yeah. Joshua's in the chat. Was good, Joshua? Yeah, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that, listen. I don't know about all that. Yeah, I mean I agree. It was definitely annoying, Lashanta. It was. Nice, Joshua, nice. I may go back and watch the replay. I may go back and watch the replay. Yeah, Darby. I mean, he's it's definitely going to be a different energy. It's definitely going to be a different energy. So it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing. It's like what you want to do and what you have to do is two different things. You know. CW says. So, what do you guys think? Uh, if his personality is actually fun, then I'll be cool with it. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much use for Sally. I find it to be pretty annoying, but it's it's still a very sad thing to happen to the character. You know, Danny, what's good, Danny? Well, of course, Lashante, and of course you got Gwen that's not there being all like super thirsty and everything. Curry says we need Dark Adam back for a while, though they didn't appreciate. Calm Adam, he should go after Kyle and Diane for the hell of it as well be a true menace. The guy says Elena told Victoria to watch out for Nate, but she thinks Nate is so into her. Yeah, I mean, that's on Victoria. Whatever happens with Nate, but I sit there and I've talked about this yesterday about my feelings with Elena. I don't feel bad for her for a couple of reasons. She also cheated on someone else, so there's that. She did playing ping pong between two dudes. There's that. And walking up to her like some sort of high school girl that my whole thing is like if you don't like Nate and you feel like he's crap, why give him all this attention? Why you don't let your enemy see you sweat. And that's literally what you wind up doing. Yeah, Alyssa, I'm not gonna lie. Sam was getting kind of on my nerves a little bit. She came over there like she was in a super rush, like she really didn't want to sit there and help him. Like, if you don't want to help him, then why are you here for? I'm like, you can just go back to the hospital with that kind of energy. Tracy Steves in the chat. What's good, Tracy Steves? How you doing tonight? Yeah, actually, I did. Yeah, it's in my history thing, so I'm gonna sit there and go back to it. So I look forward to seeing you do some videos. Jess is in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Jess. Yeah, no, I agree. He was being annoying. Freddie says, "Well, I understand that Harmony was the only mother you know, but that woman was completely disturbed. She had you in a car." Yeah, that's exactly what I was like. Listen, I don't like Nina. I don't. But Nina versus Harmony is not even a question at that point. It's really not. You got one person that wants that put you in a cult to have Shiloh does God knows what with you, and you have Nina. Yeah, it's even with their history, Harmony is still worse. Like she's still worse. Yeah, no, I agree with you on that, Alyssa. Like I don't like Nina, but Harmony is. Ugh. Perry says okay. Um, yeah, just a lot worse. Like how do you even sit there and put those two in the same sentence? Oh, I learned to forgive my mom. You learned to okay, so you learned to forgive somebody who put you in a cult, but you can't learn to forgive Nina. Come on, seriously, let that make sense. Jess said, well, for whatever reason, she doesn't want Nina as a mother, her choice. Jess also says, I hate that people want to force her to accept her. Jonathan's in the chat. Was good, Jonathan? How you doing tonight, my friend? I mean, I do see your point, Jess, because you had that nurse nosy that kept sitting there being like, "Oh, you should give her another chance. This one really loves you." Da, 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 da. It's like, yo, chill out. You got Sasha coming in there that's sitting there just laying it on thick. So yes, I do agree with that. But I also sit there and I look at it and I'm like, um, I then he says, watch Why Not today. Adam should go back to dark. Yep, this we were just saying that too. Jonathan, did you like the movie? It's actually really funny. I actually came back from watching the movie too, and I didn't plan this shirt. I really didn't. Like this shirt was literally, um, it was literally a coincidence. Now CW says nobody deserves the punish. Now CW says nobody deserves the punishment of being Nina's daughter. Damn. Makai said I agree, but when someone is hurting, Elena feels so betrayed by Nate, and I get that. I really do, but I understand that hurt people, right? I get that. Also, just like, why are you sitting there keep giving this man your energy for? Stop doing that. Be better. You look better. You have a career. You have a thriving career. You keep walking up to her like you keep walking up to him like Miss Petty. On the case that Willa had no reason to think that Nina has changed. Yeah, no, I did like it. I did like it, Jonathan. Hey, so unfortunately my grandmother isn't doing well. Can you keep of course. Absolutely, Dave. Absolutely. Yeah. Jess, I'm not gonna lie, that's as much as I do not like Nina and Harmony, that's a bit much of a stretch. Jakara is good to see you. I know you're always busy doing everything, so it's always really nice to sit there and see you. Justin says, I just wish the CW Flash final cut gave us something similar to what the movie delivered. Yeah. Um, I don't want to spoil it, but I I wish that I wish other things could have been added into that fan service. And Jonathan, you know what I'm talking about. If you watch the Flash, you know what I'm talking about. Like the CW Flash. You know what I'm talking about. Curry says I don't like Nina, but if I was her, I would just pretend Sasha my daughter again and pretend Willow doesn't exist. Oh, I get it. I get it. Lashanta says Willow will soften, but that's when the mess about the SEC. That's the thing. That is the thing. Just says it might not. It might make her a hypocrite, but it's not going to make her love Nina. Now, Alyssa says, well, Nina hasn't come to see Willow because she doesn't want to see her is Willow's loss. Kind of see that as more as Nina's loss, but okay. Now Darby says it's not like Nina physically beat Willow. Nina verbally abused Willow for nearly a year, but Willow was a teacher. It's part of her job dealing with unreasonable parents. Don't no 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 no. Darby, I love you, but no 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 no. Nina was 100% wrong for that. It is not her job to sit there and deal with um, delusional, annoying Karens that um that act like an unreasonable POSs. Yeah, I should have let you say that, Jess. I really should have. The amazing, gorgeous Janet is in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Janet. I hope you had a great day. Nina was 150% out of pocket for that. Darby says the hell with Willow should be Nina's stance. I mean, yeah, if you try and try and try, but I get that. Lobby says, isn't it Michael and Willow that don't allow Nina to visit even if she wanted to? Janet says, this. No, Janet says, sad with Sally, but I used to be in the medical field and that always will save the mom. Yeah. And you know that she, in a situation like that, you know, the mother would want you to save the child. Johnson says from your mention about your very first review, you really went in on it. Oh God, yes. I really did because she annoyed me like there was no tomorrow. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of her before, but like with the whole Willow thing the first time, it was just it was extra. Autumn says, I feel like Sasha should stay out of it because Michael and Sonny agreed that they would not push Willow. When it comes to Nina, she should just stay out of it and worry about Gladys eating up her. Yeah, I agree with that. Oh no, Jess, no, it was boring. It was bad. Double C's in the chat was good. Double C. Big Samuel's in the chat was good. Samuel. Oh, Spike Break. I love the Flash. It was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Samuel says Willow doesn't like Nina, but she's okay with being part of the mob family. Willow can die. The only thing saving her as a character is the fact that she is Nina's daughter. I mean, I don't know. I would rather be part of a mob family. Um, be part of a mob family as opposed to being part of Nina's world. Personally, Johnson says, I agree. I hated how Nina acted towards Willow back then, especially when Aiden was the one being. But yeah, exactly. And that was the thing that really pissed me off. It was like, and then John, you know what she said that even irked me even more. She actually, this dingbat actually said, and I'm being dead ass serious, that it's okay for a little bit of bullying. Like she actually said that about one child bullying some another child that is actually okay with bullying. And at that point I was like, nah, boy, you I was like, nah, boy, you out of pocket at that point. And I did miss somebody. And I can't find them. And Pop is in the chat. What's good, and Pop? I'm sorry I missed you. I don't know. Okay. I think I started going off in a tangent and then what's good, and Pop? Uh, Autumn says Nina is delusional and lives in her own version of reality, like a fantasy world, not dingbat. Ninaisms. And what's good, and Pop? Danny says, "What do you think about Harrison is new Jason?" I'm cool with it. I'm totally cool with it. I know some people aren't, but Danny also heard that that's pretty much just how he acts most of the times. Alyssa, Nina was just mean to Willow. That's all. You act like Nina is on Harmony's level. I don't know if that's directed towards me or somebody else, but um, now Lashanta says, "Ain't Nina with a mobster? What that got to do with her mistreating Willow?" Yeah, I was wondering about that as well. Johnson says, and that would be one good reason why Willow wants nothing to do with Nina because Nina herself was a bully. Yeah, just says, of course, Ned will wake up thinking, yeah, you know, just if he well, you shouldn't understand how long would it drag out? It's GH we're talking about. So, Double C says Nina doesn't know what she was talking about because bullying can hurt a child through adulthood, but Nina never raised any children, so she doesn't know. Exactly. Exactly. Um, but that's her. You know what I'm saying? Like that's her dingbat way. Like she doesn't live in reality like everyone else does. Curry says, "Why is Sloan so desperate to temper with?" Yeah, I'm like, I'm not a fan of that to be honest, because I do sit there and look at that, and I'm like, But you are saying that they're really championing to be with a bum. Samuel says my problem with Willow is she want to be morally police, but she literally around people that doesn't have morals. Willow can miss me with her hands and chair. Girl, just go on and wow. Okay. I don't know all that. Like Sam, you're my guy, but I don't know all that. Um, Johnson says it's also possible that Nina's mom, Madeline, bullied Nina during her childhood. Yeah, exactly. And she just thinks that, you know, in her mind that was okay. How, I actually told you she got so out of pocket. Even Valentine looked at her like, "No, you need to sit there and chill out." Autumn says, "I feel like they're gonna drag up this storyline into Nina and Sonny's wedding, and then that when Ned going to bust Nina and tell all." Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's so stupid. I don't like what they're doing with. I don't like what they're doing with her. It's like her and Gwen had they just made them stupid. Like Freddie says Willow does have a reason for not liking her mother Nina. She was a wicked witch to Willow. She accused her of cheating on Michael with TJ. She told Willow that Willow not yep, yes, while he's still very young. That's all 100% true. 150% true. Curry says when you keep saying he doesn't have a job, I thought he was at least be fine, but he's not. He's old. He should be with the older chick, Nicole. Yep. No, he's up there in age. He also still don't have a job though. Like, I'm not ignoring that. Okay, I'm not getting past that. And Pop said, Albert, do you think if Sasha was a real friend, she would listen to Willow when she is saying Sasha is trying to make Nina happy instead of Willow? Let's see if Sasha forgives Gladys. Ooh, very, very, very good part. I mean, very, very good point. Samuel said, yes, it is. It was good. It was good today. Tracy said, would you pick Tracy over Nina since both of them have a habit of talking down to people who are not on their level? Oof. I think I'll probably go with Tracy because at least with Tracy, she's competent. Tracy's competent. Tracy is bad, but she is not competent. I mean, yeah, but Lashanta says Sloan just rubbing it in Nicole's face. Yeah, it was petty, but it was like now Kyrie says I would choose Sloan over Gwen. Yeah, I would too. Which is it's really odd, Kyrie, because I do love a good accent. I do love a good accent, but yeah, I would pick Sloan also. I would pick Sloan also. CW says Tracy can take her broomstick and fly back to Amsterdam and take Nina with her. Both of them get on my nerves. Yeah, I mean, it's literally like hell and hell, but one's a dingbat and the other one is just, yeah. Doggy said Tracy is mean for the sake of being mean. Yeah. Uh, Nate said I agree about Son. He really was. Yeah, it was like, what was even the point of bringing him back? What was even the point of bringing him back? That's the part that just like really annoyed me. I'm gonna have one more of this. Mm, 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 mm. So good. Sammy said Tracy doesn't have patience, so she doesn't think things through. Uh, Alyssa, Tracy isn't that mean. She just doesn't put up with a lot of crap. I agree to disagree on that. Now, Lashanta says when Willow finds out about the SEC, what is she going to say, Albert, especially when she asks for peace? Well, whatever relationship that they had or that she was going to have with Nina is going to be done. Nina's not going to be able to see her grandchildren. And, well, the whole thing with him and with her and Drew, I mean, her and Curtis is going to be done. Okay. I mean, if that's how you feel. That's how you feel. Listen, like I said, I gotta disagree on that one. Double C says I turned off G today. I didn't see it at all. I watched Brock's review, so Eddie Main's back. Yeah, yeah, Double C wasn't really that good. It actually wasn't that good at all. It was actually pretty boring. Lashanta says Nina better not let Tracy find out Ned's gonna hurt because of her. Oh, Simmer said Tracy just talk. I don't know why people get so bothered by her. Because she's annoying. That's why. That's why she's annoying. Then he says Winer needs to get better, and B&B they need to bring. You know, honestly, tell you the truth, Winer was actually bringing it this week. Winer was actually bringing it this week. Curry says, "What's your view on the showdown between Harrison and Megan?" Albert, I was expecting more, but I'm glad Megan will be around longer than. um, I thought it was okay. I think Sean just kind of messed things up. I just wonder how they're gonna sit there and because I don't want them to write Megan into a corner. She already kidnapped two people, and they're not gonna die. So the only thing I can think that she's gonna do is get Rob to make those two forget. That's the only way I see that working out. CW says every time I see Tracy being Tracy, I'm like someone throws some water on her so she melt away already. Yeah, no, the chick is just annoying. Ariana's in the chat. Was good, Ariana. Well, the topic is Sean Butler and how he was a wasted character. If you say so, Samuel. You got your annoying characters that you don't like? I got my characters that I don't like. That I find very annoying. And for me, Nina is, I mean, Tracy is definitely one of those characters that could sit there and just kick rocks. That chick is annoying. And, yeah, she's just annoying. I don't have patience for her. I'll tell you that much. Darby says it's embarrassing to see Nina begging for Willow's attention. It's like begging for crumbs. It's pathetic and beneath Nina to crawl for Willow. Uh, Johnson says, I'm curious why not right now. Why is that, Jonathan? Very curious about that. LaShanta says, Albert, what Brooke do today? Linda Kid says she was thirsty. I don't think she was really that thirsty, but the episode wasn't even really that wasn't even that great to even remember. Then he said, do you think Jacob Young should return to GH or BNB? Um if he returns to GH, have him come back as Lucky. I don't know what he was on. I don't know what character he was when he was on BNB. Just said Tracy is super annoying. Yeah, Chick is annoying after a while. It's like, oh, like, bro. Like, you sitting there talking down to people talking about, oh, I'm a Count the Silverware. Okay, Karen. Like, all right, Karen, we get it. Valerie said, yeah, Tracy has ice water in her veins. She can't help it. No, she can't. But you know what I can sit there and do? I can hit the damn mute button. I can do that. I can be very fast on hitting that damn mute button. Freddie says Willow's gonna say to Nina, I don't want you in my life or even my children's. children because even though Nina and Willow are biologically related, they would never have a relationship. It's like they still strangers. Johnson said because they killed Adam Sally's unborn. Yeah. Yeah. I mean they don't really it's sad, but they don't do it to I'm very I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest. I'm very confused. I feel like there's another word for that. I can't think of it, but not confused. Oh, John says Jacob Young. Oh, okay. I would sit there and wonder if he came back as Lucky, how would that be? Carrie says I would say F Willow and her dumbass husband. I see Willow, Wiley, and Amelia when they turn 18. I guess at that point she'll have to. Lashanta says Nina won instant. CW says he was Brooke and Eric's son. Oh, that's so weird. You're married to this woman. Your dad or your stepdad has a child with this one. Like, what kind of weirdness is that about? Damn, I bought a lot. Mm. Ariana says Ariana says Tracy is now and has always been a self-righteous itch, and Nene needs to crawl to Willow because of how she treated her. She's a narcissistic and crazy ass mute button. Damn. Ben says Jacob was the first Rick, and Rick Forrester. Mother is Brooke Logan. Father is Eric. Oh, okay. Tracy says would love to see him back as Lucky. Yeah, that'll be interesting. I mean, we're not going to get John. We're not going to get what you call it though. We're not going to get what you call it. Johnson Jackson. Freddie said, let's be honest, what relationship that Nina and Willow have actually, they only found out they were mother and daughter a few months ago. So it's just Nina going to change overnight or ever. Grams is back. I had to get my bottle. Okay, yeah, we snuck there going in tonight. Darby says, Willow let it go. Remember that Willow sticks and stone may break my bone, but words will never hurt me. Um, here's the thing. I would sit there and say this much. At the very least, maybe they can be civil. They may not be besties or anything like that, but at the very least, I would sit there and say maybe they can be civil to each other. You know, let us hear grandchildren every now and then. You know, because sometimes I don't know. I'm not huge on forgiveness, but for the sake of the kids, it's like, all right, maybe we should sit there and just kind of chillax a little bit, if anything, because like I did sit there and say, Harmony was way worse than Nina, way worse than Nina. And as much as I don't like Nina, I really don't like Nina. The fact that you can sit there and forgive Harmony for what she did as far as pimping you out, but you can't sit there and forgive Nina, or at the very least be civil, be like, all right, let's just chill out for the sake of the kids. That's a little unbalanced to me. That's a little. But it doesn't mean it's not going to change overnight. For yeah, no, it's not. Lashanta says Rick did more than Tom, but they don't treat him bad. Damn, really? Marsha, 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 Marsha. Marsha is in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Marsha. Danny says Sean Butler was a great character. Just Cheese did not give him a storyline. Yeah, that's what I said. He was wasted. Now Jesse just says why should she forgive Nina though? For what reason? Just because she forgave Harmony? I just what it is. Just going by that logic, Jess. Just going by that logic. I mean, I your mother or your mom at the time sold you out to a cult, but you somehow forgave that. Like if okay, if we're sitting there just talking about grievances, right? Things that you should sit there. Oh, what? Carrie says Duane and Tyrone are now members. That's what's up. That is what's up. Oh, I wonder how many members we actually have now. Shakira's in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Shakira. Much as that in the chat and doing good. You know always got to sit there and say that every time you come to the chat. But if we're just talking about just list of grievances, um, CW says I agree, Albert, about being civil. If she were out with the kids and they happen to meet up, each other fine, but that itching in my house though. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm Smith is saying. Civil. Now, Nikki said take harmony out of the equation. Why should I mean, I get that. I get that. Then maybe it's a question of not forgiving. But I just, the reason why I put that in there is because if you're gonna forgive somebody for something worse, but you can't forgive Nina for being god awful, and as awful as she is, because if we're gonna sit there and talk about grievances, right, and wrongdoings and stuff. Because even a nurse knows you is like, how are you gonna sit there and forgive? Like you forgave Harmony, and Harmony did way more worse. Now Jesse just said, I'm still waiting on that answer. No, if we're just going off of Nina, no. But if you sit there, the thing is, we're not just going off of Nina now, because you have to sit there and look at it. Now, Jesse just said that logic is so flawed. So if I forgive one person, I have to forgive everyone. No, what I'm simply saying is just coming from, I guess for me personally, if I sit there and look at both grievances, right? Now, Lashanta says forgiveness is earned. She said boundaries were hurt, but she thinks just because it's a clean slate. But she thinks because it's just a clean slate. No, I get that. And Danny says, I was not sure what's going to be next for Nicholas. Oh, you mean like who's going to be? Yeah, it's kind of up in the air at this point. Now, in the case that I said take Comey out of the equation, yeah, no, 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 exactly, and that isn't logic. No, what I'm simply saying is because let me sit there and try to answer this question because I felt like I was answering this question, but now Marsha says Harmony not only pimped Willow out, but they both went with the same guy. Harmony was also a murderer, and Nina isn't. What I'm saying is, yeah, and yes, that's very true. What I'm saying is saying is if we're on this thing about forgiveness and stuff, right? And we look at both of those crimes, and your Smith is saying that you can forgive Harmony for what she did, but you can't forgive Nina for what she did. It just doesn't add up. Now, yeah, if we're just sitting there talking about Nina by herself, yes. But if I have to sit there and look at both things because that's where is coming from. That's just how I'm saying it. Now, Nikki said, "Can anyone name why Willows should forgive Nina without?" I know. I brought no. Just I brung up Harmony because somebody else was sitting there bringing Harmony up, and I don't know if it was AJ or somebody, but somebody was sitting there bringing up Harmony, or was it Samuel? Somebody was bringing up Harmony, and so I sat there and I said, "Hey, listen, this or that." I totally get it. Uh, my name is Catherine. I'm a new coin. Oh, I'm a newcomer. Let's everyone say what's up to Catherine. I like that name, Catherine. It's funny you sit there and watch. I used to watch a show called The Vampire Diaries. He used to have this character. Every time he said Catherine, he wouldn't sit there and say Catherine. He would sit there and say Katharina. That is Elijah for anyone that actually watched the show. But yes, welcome, Catherine. As my boy, you sit there and say Katharina. Thank you for joining. And let's everyone welcome her. And Pop says, Albert, people love all kinds of mothers, from crackhead, prostitute, child. Drunks is some kind of connection they feel for their mothers. Willow just can't have that with Nina. Yeah, I get that to some extent. Lord, yes, hit that like button. It really does help. I have no idea where we are, but it really does help. We got 37 people in the chat. If you would move your. We got 37 people in the chat. 22 likes. So if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. Really does actually help. And Kyrie says, what soap operas do you watch, Catherine? That's a very good question, Catherine. What soap operas do you watch? But I get it. I get it. Normally, I do not like. There's times where I feel like I would have to bring up stuff to defend other things, right? But sometimes, like if I'm sitting there talking about Nina, I'm sitting there talking about all the crap that she's doing, and somebody brings up, well, Carly has done this and Carly has done that. Um, then I'm just like, what does Carly have to do with the situation? The only reason why I actually brought up the whole thing about Harmony and Willow, I mean Harmony and Nina, is because somebody else brought it up. So I was pretty much just kind of going off of their question. Ron is in the chat. What's good, Ron? And Duwan is in the chat. What's good, Duwan? Duwan is a member. That's what's up. Freddie says if Willow doesn't want her mother Nina in her life, that's her choice. No, absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like in some ways my comment while I was listening to this thing just pretty much went off the rails. So, that was fun. uh uh CW says, hey Sheila, baby daddy. Well, apparently my dude wanted her to have twins, which I'm just like, you're supposed to treat everyone the same, not because you're a family. Just says I think Willa can do whatever she wants. No, I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree with that. Marsha says Sean is getting his own show. I heard about that. What is that supposed? What is that show supposed to be about? Because it's funny too. Because I actually saw that on my Instagram timeline. Ooh, I hope not. I hope not. They already did that storyline once, Jonathan. I hope they don't go back and revisit that. Laura B says I forgot to mention welcome to the new members. Yes, we got some new members. We got I think either 51 or 52. So I'm definitely gonna sit there and check it. Definitely gonna sit there and check it. Kyrie says Ron wants twins on twins to be deacons. The others to be his. I forgot my dude upgraded. He didn't just want a baby at this point. He didn't want Sheila just to have a baby, but he wanted her to have twins. I was like, twins. Twins. Broski. He's not there asking a woman that's like in her 70s or 60s, mid 60s to sit there and have a child. And now you just like, nah, let's turn it up a notch. Let's have her have twins. Yeah. I don't know what the hell that was about. Shakira says, "Where's Mel?" We don't know. She's been gone for a couple of weeks actually. I don't know. Ever since that one time she was in the chat last, didn't really go well. Johnson says, Sean Blake, Moike, Sean Butler from GH is on the free from. Oh, it's actually really funny, Jonathan. Our friend's actually watching that show. He says it's actually pretty good. That's where it was. I knew I saw him somewhere. Shakira says, Sloan, pressure, Eric. Yeah. Also, Kate did too. Oh, nice. That's what's up. That's nice. I think he renewed his membership. He renewed his membership. That's what's up. And Ron says, "Let me get a drink before I sit there and read this comment." Hmm. Ron says, "Yes, Albert, I want my Sheila to have twins. This is a soap land, and anything is possible." uh, Ron. Kerry says, "No, he didn't, Darby." Oh, Darby. Darby, you goddamn rock star. Oh my god, Darby, you are amazing. I'm sorry, I couldn't tell from when I'm on what you call it. Thank you, Darby. Jesus Christ, Darby, you're amazing. No one's Darby. Oh my God, Darby, you are amazing. Thank you, Darby. Freddie says nobody can force Willow to have a relationship with Nina. Point blank. Period. It's her life, her choice. She's a grown woman, even though people may have different opinions. But that's the way it is, and I agree with that, Freddie. I do. I do. Um, Johnson says, "Do you think the secret about Sloan fake DNA test will come out before she tries to?" Hmm. I feel like yeah, I do. No, no, Jonathan, I feel like it may actually come out afterwards. So I feel like it'll be much more of an impact. I feel like it would happen afterwards. Shakira says, "Do you think Gwen and Dimitri will be a couple or the end game couple?" Uh, I don't know. You know, I wasn't really too happy with Gwen today, to be honest, because it's like you can clearly see that Dimitri is sitting there playing her, and Gwen used to be really sharp, really spotted stuff. And now it's just like, she used to be able to spot a con a mile away, and she sees this dude, and she's so she can't get past Xander so much that she's like blindly giving in to the first attractive guy that's going to give her an ounce of attention. And I'm not a fan of that. I like to call that character assassination. Darby says that was yesterday, Ron. Don't deja vu us. Well, no. Well, the thing is, Darby, like you said, this is Soapland. Anything is possible. And I have to say that with a straight face. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Uh, Carrie says, "Are you checking? So you're able to check how many members you have now?" I definitely will. One sec. I'm not ignoring anyone, I promise. Okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, we're still on target. We actually have 50 members. I think two people probably dropped out, or one person dropped out. So but we're still on target though. We still got 50. We still got 50 members, which is amazing. I forgot I can actually do that. Then you say, have you heard about the video app called Clapper? No, what is that? Toby says, I want Gwen to be happy for a change. Yeah, and to be with somebody who actually is going to want to treat her right. That's the thing. Kyrie says, does Gwen dad still hate her? Yep, yep. My dude still got that same energy. Lashanta said, I don't like Gwen being gullible like Chanel was for Tyler. Yes, I'm like, I don't. But here's the thing: Gwen was worse because Chanel was a lot of things, but she wasn't really too sharp. Gwen was kind of a mastermind when it came towards trying to take down her sister, take down her dad, and everything like that. Systematically take down her family. She was a pro at that. But yeah, she can't sit there and spot something like that a mile away. I'm not. Why can't Sheila have a baby? Besides, this is. Oh, okay. Ron says I'm not stopping anyone. Why can't Sheila have a baby? Besides, this is a soap opera and not real life. Lashanta says I really like Gwen and Alex. Freddie says Sasha needs to stop being so soft and she the real Gladys for the. I would sit there and say this much, Freddie. Sasha needs to spend less time trying to convince Willow to give Nina another chance and start looking at her own backyard. Marsha says Sheila from B&B have twins. She already has 3 to 5 kids. Well, apparently Ron wants her to have more. Darby says because Ron Sheila is a multi murderer who wouldn't be allowed to mess up another child of her life. Yeah. Johnson says it's not surprising that Ned doesn't remember who he is. I didn't expect him to believe he was someone else. I think because I expected because I've seen a lot of people in the chats saying that. So Shakira says, "How the heck Kristen get kidnapped with EJ?" The better question is, how did Megan tie Kristen up while holding a gun to her? I'm pretty sure you need 2 hands to sit there and tie somebody up. At least that's how I look at it. Oh yeah, no, Shante, no, no. Kristen's my girl. She reminds me of like a young Sharon Stone. Kristen is that right kind of bad girl for me, to be honest. She's that right kind of bad girl, and I'm here for it. Justice says, "What's the name?" Oh, Eddie Main. Eddie Main, a person that I have no idea who that is. For my time, Justice said Kristen was Patty on Y&R. But which Kristen? Are we talking about Stacy something? Freddie says, I don't see how. Okay. Catherine says, is the cast going to find out Bobby is? Yeah, they will. You know what they do. Captain. They tape like weeks or like maybe a month in advance, or I don't know how long. But here's the thing, Captain. It took them a while for them to sit there and do the whole Sonya Eddie's thing. So they're gonna sit there and do that with the actress that plays Bobby. Now, CW says Eddie Main, that was his stage name when he was a singer. So okay, so see though, you basically Smith is saying that I have no idea what that was going. I'm not even gonna sit there and try to make sense out of that because I see what your Smith is saying, and I feel like I'm just getting a headache just trying to think about that for a hot minute. Um, like why would he sit there and think his actual persona? Ron says I wouldn't be surprised if Sloan put something in Eric's drink and then took advantage of him while he was sleeping. Ooh, I hope we don't actually have that. That'd be another Chelsea and Billy situation, aka good old Billy boy. Lashanta says, I hope Abe wises up. I don't think they're going to drag it out too long. I really don't. Graham said Ned brought back Eddie Main a few years ago for the nurses' ball. Okay. Becky D. Eddie Main was Ned's rock star. No, yeah, now I remember that. I heard about that. But let's everyone say what's up to Becky D. Becky D is in the chat. Ron says, Albert, what is your take on his fans? Ron says, what is your take on this fan who was talking about? Um, They're horrible, they're terrible, and they deserve to burn in hell. And most likely they probably will. That's what I think. I think they're going to want to burn in hell. Becky D says back when Nat was trying to be a rock star in 1990. Oh, wow. Yeah, I really missed that. 'Cause I started watching the show till okay, so I missed like 7 years pretty much. LaShanta says Kristen from Days was Patty. Paul's sister obsessed with Jack giving Summer peanut butter cookies, and she's a okay. But LaShanta says Kristen from Days. I think you're talking about the first Kristen, maybe, or the second Kristen, Stacy. I'm assuming you're talking about Stacy's version because there was two Kristens, but I think I know which one you're talking about though. This is what happens. You have so many characters play these different characters, and CW says Albert he used the name Eddie Mains during his singing career. I think that's why Lois was attracted to him. Hmm. Now a lot of people want um Lois to come back on the show. I think it'll be kind of interesting as long as they kick somebody else off. As long as they kick somebody else off, I'm totally okay with that. Darby says Sloan doesn't have to put anything in Eric's drink to get him. Yeah, that's very true. So to make a baby, yeah, a baby that she's gonna be sitting there paying for. She's gonna be paying for that damn baby because I'm pretty sure my dude is still not gonna be having a damn job. So Harry says, what type of mother was Kristen to Rachel? Was she good or bad? I would sit there and say she's definitely a bad influence. She is definitely a bad influence. Yeah, she's definitely a bad influence. But to be fair, Brady doesn't really put down his foot on certain things and let his daughter just go ham and buck wild. You know. But I would definitely sit there. Now, Marsha said Kristen was a good mom to Rachel. Oh, good mom, but also a bad influence, though. Medora's in the chat. What's good, Medora? How are you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Yeah, because Marsha was like, good mom, that's kind of a stretch to some extent. CW says, I only want Lois back if Renee's hoping to play. Yeah, I think most people would only want her back if that's the case, though. John says, I don't think G's cast is bloated. I think the problem is they use too many of their non-contracted cast members. How do you figure? I'm very curious about that. How do you figure on that? I'm pretty sure you're probably right. I just, Uh, LaShanta says Ava Jerome got on my nerves. Ava Jerome got on my nerves. Kyrie's Clark. That's right. I'm using the whole government name. Um, Darby says, I like it when Mariah told Steffi Summer off. I love that, Darby. Oh my God, I love that. That was, oh, because honestly, tell you, normally I'm not even a fan of Mariah because they don't do anything with her, but um, I was with it today. I was with it that day. Now, Kyrie says, Lashanta, I give you a 1 day pass to come at my Ava. It expired. I love it. Man, I wish more West was in this chat right now to sit there and listen to this. I'm being dead ass serious. I wish more West was in this chat. Okay, so we got 24 likes. Um, yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does help. My dude said, I give you a 1 day pass. Oh, nice. You also watch wrestling. That's what's up. Freddie says, I gave Gladys a chance where her son was murdered by the hook killer, aka Helen Weber, but then she reverted back to her old scheming self ever since she was Sasha's. It's actually kind of interesting. It's actually kind of interesting because, like, right now I'm looking at Esme. I'm like, I want Esme to go back being a villain. Now it's like, you know, and now it's like, I forgot what the hell I was actually saying now. You know, at least Gladys is entertaining. Um, Ron says Ron says so. Albert, you think that the actor playing Nicholas deserves the hit? Of course not. And he was, and was he not right to do his part? Here's the thing about that, Ron. I heard it was different things. Like he had the virus, and his doctors pretty much told him that he shouldn't be doing it. So it's a little bit different. It's very hard about the last scene, but no, I don't think he deserves any of that stuff. Medora says Spinelli is coming back with his hacking skills. As long as they give him something to do that's compelling, I'm with it. Johnson says Olivia, Nick, Gladys, Valentine, Diane, Robert, Tracy, Max, Spinelli, those are some of the people who are not on contract. Hmm. Now, Jonathan, you did say something along the lines of like the cast of Days is very similar to the cast of GH as far as numbers is, right? Because I can't but help sit there and think that um ugh, and we still have too many damn people. Freddie says now they tell me Glass haven't really changed at all. At all, she was is ever since she came back to Port Charles. Now Perry says now we have 4 new members. Two, thank you, thanks to me. Oh my God, Carice and Darby. Oh my goodness, we have 4. Yo, that's insane. That's what's up. So right now we're looking at 54 members. Damn, Carice and Darby, goddamn rock stars of the night. Rock stars of the night. No, I'm truly blessed. Thank you. Yeah, Miss Key got a member. Yes, that's what's up. I always like having her in the chat. Thank you, Kyrie's, and thank you, Darby. Oh my God, you two are amazing. Like seriously. Exactly, Becky D. Kyrie's Clark and Darby are amazing. Ron says because fans were very nasty and rude towards Marcus for bad writing when it's not his fault and they didn't have and he didn't like him as Nicholas. Medora says Nate's playing Victoria thirsty ass like a fiddle. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much about it. Shakira said, "No, yeah, you can definitely skip GH. You can skip GH. You can skip B&B. Just watch YNR and Days of Our Lives." CW says Miss Geek membership was renewed when Darby. Oh, that's what's up, Darby. You're amazing. Oh my God, I love you too so much. Thank you. Seriously. Marsha says I just recalled her being a good mom when she was little and had to go to prison. I don't. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, no, Marsha. Maybe back in the day she was, maybe to some extent. But the problem is sometimes you may be good in certain areas, but also just be a bad example in others. You know. Alyssa, Days, and GH have the same amount of cast, but the Days is better, and they use Alyssa. We can 100% agree on that. Like no hesitations whatsoever. Shakira says, "I heard GH wasn't great today. It wasn't. Yep, let's not. Yeah, it was boring, and it felt weird. It felt like an extra filler. Like Monday's episode, I felt like that's the episode we were supposed to get, but they put this episode in there, and maybe certain parts are supposed to be in here, but it just I don't know the way everything was sliced together. It just seemed like it didn't make a lot of sense. It's like it must seem kind of last minute. It's weird. Mark said, I only like Mariah when she was with that fine brother of hers a year back. That's clearly for my time. Was it played by the same actress? Double C says Nate is like his father. I think his name was also Nate. Nate. Hmm. Reminds me of my dad. Now Johnson says Days was better than J. Well, yeah, of course. Of course it was. That's not even. Ugh. Harry says any episode with Cody is usually an automatic downgrade. Yes, a lot of people still don't like coding. Lashanta says Emmy Awards Monday, everyone. Really? Marcia says Esme went dark and she is dangerous. Yeah, I'm looking forward to her going back to being dark. That's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them. Listen, if there's a time to sit there and do something like that, how am I doing? If there's a time to sit there and do something like that, that's definitely the time. Where's Becky D? Becky D is sleeping. Why is it not? Have a good night, Becky D. Thank you for joining. Where the hell? Usually I would sit there and see it. This, this is just annoying me. Becky D said membership. Oh my God, Becky D, you're amazing. Jesus Christ. Oh, okay, there we go. Have a great weekend, everybody. I have to go now. I will see you again next week. Happy Father's Day to everyone. Have a good night, Becky D. I look forward to seeing you next week as well. Swear, it didn't sit there and tell me on here. That's why I'm like, well, it's a good thing I actually have my damn phone with me. Just as if you don't get the point of finalist day, that was probably the worst scene. You know, the scene with Alexis and Diane wasn't that great of a scene as well. That's the thing. Um, the Diane and Alexa scene wasn't that much better either. CW says Nate's full name is Nate Hastings Jr. They call him Nate to differentiate himself from his father. Oh my God, Becky D, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Becky D. Uh, what did I do to deserve you? What did I do to sit there and deserve you and everyone in this chat? Like, seriously. Thank you so much. CW says Becky D, and congratulations on reaching 5 months. Yeah, that's what's up. That is what's up. I don't know what I did to sit there and deserve so many amazing people in this chat. Like, in all reality. But I'm very grateful. Lashanta says I'm not because he got Connor to think about. I feel sorry for whoever steps. Vicky. Oh, Vicky and Nate. No, seriously, thank you, Becky D. You have a great week, and I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Now, Freddie says, but still, for today, G's cliffhanger episode was more of a cliffhanger fail. It wasn't. This episode just seemed out of pocket, though, to be honest. It really did. And Ron says, Albert Nate is just sickening and disgusting. How can these women lay down with that cheating dog? Because he's good looking. uh, Johnson said, Gage, and the last decade didn't have that many dull moments, but now it's like they're not even trying anymore. Yeah, it's definitely true. Curry says because you are an amazing person. No, thank you, Curry. No, I appreciate that. I feel like it's everyone here that always makes these chats so great. But I'm very grateful to have everyone in the chat. Curry, you know, you're my guy for a reason. So Churchy says because I mean it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. Kyrie's, I can't wait to sit there and wear that shirt. That's all I'm gonna sit there and say. I can't wait to sit there and wear that shirt. Now Johnson says to be fair, today's episode JH wasn't meant to be fair, today's episode JH wasn't meant to be aired. Really? Yeah, but I mean I know it was meant to air at some point though. Ariana says I'm in five. Oh my god. Ariana. Thank you. Ariana says I'm in for 5 months, but yourself some strawberry moss. Yes, thank you. Thank you. No, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. 5 months. Like I said, I don't know what else do to deserve you. You, Kyrie's, Darby, everyone in this chat. Jesus Christ. Thank you so much, Ariana. Ariana. Thank you. I definitely will. That does sound really good. I'm gonna have to go on a mission to find it. Because I know they don't have it at my store, but I think they may actually have it in another store. I'm gonna definitely check that out. Ron says RJ and Victoria need to look in the mirror and check themselves. Like, what is so good about Nate? His looks. That's what's so good about Nate, Ron. His looks. Anetta is in the chat. What's good, Anetta? Darby. Oh my God. Thank you, Darby. Darby says, Ron, Nine Toes called me. Sheila wants you to accept a membership and preach truth. I, I I second that. I second that. Thank you so much, Darby. Thank you. Tracy, it's true. It's true. Seriously, it is 100% true. Ariana says you are the best. Ariana says you're welcome because you are the best. Well, thank you, Ariana. Thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you. But I think it's because I have really good people like you. To be honest, Johnson says it was supposed to air earlier during the week, but because of the news interruptions, it was delayed today. Oh no, I agree with that. But like even here's the problem is with that. It just still seems so out of it. It feels off. It's just it's hard to explain, but it feels off. Captain, you tell it like no. Captain says you tell it like it, don't you? Yeah, I do. I do, Captain. I do. And sometimes it doesn't always give me some points with some people, but I do. CW says I gift it too. Oh my God, CW, thank you. No, I wasn't trying to leave anyone out. Oh, you just gifted right now. Oh my God. Yes, go to that bottom right dollar and click on the dollar sign. CW, Jesus Christ. You are, man, I don't know what I did to deserve such amazing people, but I am very grateful. Yes, hit that dollar sign at the bottom on the right hand side and become a member. We're gonna kill it this weekend. We're going to kill it this Saturday. We're gonna go in. We're gonna go in on a lot of things. Um, I actually do have somewhat of an interesting story that I will be snipping talking to the members about. Because yeah, yes, definitely do. Captain said I watch your chats every day. Thank you, Captain. Thank you. I'm actually glad that you're actually here. Gloria's in the chat was good, Gloria. CW says just following you and Darby's lead carries. Well, CW, thank you so much. Ron says, Albert, if memory serves me right, when Tyler was Nicholas, he cheated with his own brother's girlfriend. He ain't no Satan. That's very true. That is very true. You're not wrong. No, but seriously, thank you, CW. Yes, hit that button at the right. You want to be a member for a month? Try it out. We're gonna get into it. Cause man, I got a story. Yes, hit that. It's still there. So if anyone wants to join for a month, definitely hit it. Uh, oh my God, Kyrie. I mean, oh my God, Darby just gifted 5 members. Darby. My God. Kyrie says, I can't wait until the shirt arrives. Yes. Oh, she will return. Oh my God. Now, Grams was just gifted. Grams on. Grams just gifted a membership, so we got 6. We got 6. We're gonna kill it. Join. It is free for a month. And trust me, after that month, you're gonna sit there and um definitely gonna sit there and do that. You're definitely gonna sit there and hit the renew. So we got that dollar sign on the right hand corner. There's Grams, Darby. So we got 6. Exactly, Double C. We're gonna get into it. Have a good night, Shakira. Yes, anybody in the chat that wants to sit there and join, um, awesome. We're gonna have a. I'll sit there and say we're gonna have a members meetup soon. So now CW says Ron, turn on your accepted gift option. Yes, Ron, definitely love to have you in the chat. W says Moss. Yes. Now Aneta says I was gifted a membership. Can someone explain what that means? Oh, okay. Aneta's actually a member now. So you're gonna get access to members. You're gonna get access to videos that I only do for members. This weekend we're doing a members live only. So unless you're a member, unless it's only going to be people in the members that's going to be joining. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, Spy Quick says, "Are you in?" Nope. Yeah, I think Shakira left. Now Graham says 100 members by the first. Hopefully, Lord B. Oh, I'm drinking with little left of this, but I did go back to the classic. I did actually go back to the classic. Damn, that thing is heavy. That is heavy. Yep, Alyssa, we're going to be doing a members meetup. Yeah, let's know. We're gonna be doing the members meetup. So um that's gonna be happening next month. Ariana says, Aneta can't wait for you to come to the first members chat. Yeah, she's gonna be in for a treat. Right Quick says if you're on, I should be back in 20 minutes when SmackDown is over. Johnson says, would you like to see a Green Arrow movie be made one day? I would, but I'll be honest though. It's kind of weird to sit there and see anyone else except for Stephen Amell. I'm sure they can probably do it, but I would have a bit of reservations. I would watch it, but I would have a bit of reservations. It's like the Flash movie. It's like Grant. Grant. Anita. Oh, Aneta. Thank you, Jonathan. I would have some reservations. I would watch it, but W says Aneta gifted a membership. Gifted a membership is a membership for 30 days. Anita. I wrote that down too. But yes, no, we're gonna have fun though. But yeah, no, let's see. We're going to be doing that next month. I'm just looking for the place. I already have the date. So if you are a member and you are in the New York City area, definitely come through. We're gonna have a good time. Really good time. Trey says I know SmackDown's gonna have my full attention, Roman. Justin says, but before Stephen Mel, we had just not. Yeah, but the thing is, Jonathan, I never fully accepted him as I never even back then I never really fully accepted him as Green Arrow. You know, I didn't think it was bad, but it was just like, eh. I liked him as a character, but he wasn't. He didn't do it for me. I think that's what it really came down to. Toby says I would like a Green Arrow show more than any movie could do. Now, Graham says Anita, we have a blast walking to the memberships. Yes, and we still got some more people that can join. Um, right now it's kind of weird because I feel like is everyone in this chat? I'm just now looking and I'm like, I feel like at this point, everyone here is members. Oh, except for Gloria. Gloria, if you want to sit there and join, come through. And Catherine. Oh, Catherine, definitely join for a month. It's free. You have a great time. And I'm telling you right now, you're going to want to sit there and renew it. Because I'm not sitting there looking around. I see a lot of people that actually have green, um, their name is highlighted in green. Joanna says, I like Justin Hartley as Green Arrow. He was, the thing is, I was sit there and say this much, Justin. I mean, Duan. He played the comic book accurate. He played the comic book version very well. Okay, he did. And Stephen Amell played the Batman version. Wasn't exactly comic book accurate. Really did love it. Oh yeah, yeah. Ron is in one. I wonder if Ron is actually throwing the chat. Ron, if you're not a member, click on the now. Hmm, Gloria says, "How do I become a member?" At the bottom right hand side, there's a dollar sign. So if you look in the chat, there's a dollar sign. You click on that dollar sign. Is it that? Is you click on the dollar sign, right? You click on the dollar sign and then you become a member, or is it at It should be it, right? Toby says, "I've been spoiled by the Green Eye TV show. The good writers left and got fired." Now, Ariana says, Albert, when you are good at what you do and people enjoy themselves, you don't have to advertise the group that supports you well. Thank you. It's just I want Gloria to be I want her to be a member. I know she'll have a lot of fun. Her and Catherine will have a lot of fun. LaShawn just says, what's that show called Green Arrow? What? Oh yeah, no, I did. No, Green Arrow was my show. All right, have a good night, Catherine. Johnson says, I wish I could talk about the Flash movie right now. There are so many things. Yes. Trust me, for somebody who literally just watched it not that long ago, I totally agree. Freddie says, but I'll be careful. Now, Curry says, Gloria, are you on an Android or iPhone? I keep forgetting the settings is so different. Now, CW says, click on the dollar sign and select a gift member. Grams TV, Grams says, gifted one membership. All right, so we got six. We got six. We got six. Thank you, Grams. Thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you, Grams. CW says click on the dollar sign and select gifted memberships and turn on accept gifts and options. And Gloria says I have an Android. Yeah, we have the same phone. Well, we have the same kind of phone. But yeah, CW says click on the dollar sign and select gifted membership, then um turn on and accept gifts and option. Yes. So that's pretty much all you have to do, Gloria. It's literally just follow what CW says and you'll do it. You'll get it. Oh, Freddie says scroll up to see my comment before that, Albert, and you'll see what I'm talking about. No, seriously though, thank you, Graham Stevie. Freddie says I'm gonna have to leave now. It's just got a real just so someone got oh wow. Ooh, okay. All right, yeah, no, okay, all right, Freddie. Uh I Gloria is a member. Is a member, that's what's up. That's right. And Darby says welcome savings or do you want to be called Gloria? Yeah, I hope it's actually okay. Yeah, okay. I hope it's okay I still call you Gloria. I really do like that name, so I hope it's cool. Gloria it is. Johnson says, "Will you be on Eric's Live after show live stream tomorrow?" It depends on what time it is. If it's before 8 o'clock, then I'll definitely join. I'll definitely join my guy Eric Reload. Um, if it's 8 o'clock, I probably won't be able to do it though. Curry says now we have at least 54 members. Yes, we do. Oh, then Jonathan, yeah, then I'll definitely join. Then I'll definitely join. I just want to sit there and check something. I'm not. You know what? Let me see. I always liked Eric Reload's channel. Always liked Eric Reload's channel. Grams crack should be more fun than that. Yeah, yeah. No, we literally got 54 people in the chat. We are growing and expanding. Of course, Gloria. Darby says, "Is it the same way to join on an iPhone?" No, I can't even sit there and say that, Darby, because I don't even actually have one. So I can't even sit there and say that for 100%. Yes, no, stay safe, stay safe, Reading. Jesus Christ. Kyrie says iPhone makes it harder. Damn. Ron says are really behind when it comes to SmackDown. Hmm. Okay, this is what I was sitting there and say about so anyone that watch a lot of wrestling content, there's a guy who does wrestling content. His name is Flomo Flomo Voice. It's either Flomo Voice or Flomo Voice. It's one of James' friends, and he does a lot of wrestling content. I don't know if anyone actually knows who Flomo Boy is or Voice or Boyce. Harry says iPhone, you have to switch to desktop version. Oh, that does sound super annoying. But yeah, let me know if anyone knows who Flomo Voice is. A Boyce. I should probably get to how to say his name right. Yeah, honestly, tell you the truth, everyone in well, Freddie's not here anymore. Um, yep, I think we actually just have all members at this point now. Shit. Yeah, do I think his name is Flomo. I'm trying to look him up. Flomo Boys Wrestling. Oh, no. All right, Flomo Boys Wrestling. Yeah, it's not even remotely something they're trying to. I'll get his name tomorrow and I'll sit there and put it in the chat. This way people know who I'm talking about. But if you know who JLJ Media is, he has a friend named Flomo something, and he does a lot of wrestling content. Yeah, I think everyone at this point right now is a member. WC's Roman Reign, how okay. Now Graham says I haven't heard of him, but what do they do reaction? I don't know if they do reactions or if they do reviews and stuff like that. They talk about the episodes. Um I just wish I actually knew his name though. I can't remember if it's Flomo Boy or Flomo Voice. But I'm only listening to say now because I know a lot of people here also watch wrestling stuff. Alyssa says I need to follow your friend Albert. Yeah, you know what I'll do, Alyssa. What I want to doing is when I find it, I will message you on Twitter. I'll message you on Twitter. Have a good night, Lashanta. Thank you for joining. Harry says I might set a goal to get you into wrestling today. I can tell it will be a challenge. Yeah, I mean, I don't dislike it. Um, I used to watch it when I was a kid. I used to watch a lot of wrestling when I was a kid. Yeah, no, that's what's up. That's what's up, Alyssa. That's why I was listening to this saying. I was like, I'll sit there and give you an I just have to find them. Have a good night, Lashanta. Thank you for joining. Well, you know what, Alyssa, I'm not even too surprised by that. When you stop to think about it, because I know, because I didn't watch it, but I saw like clips of it and stuff like that, and they do have like storylines and stuff, like they call it a soap opera. They call it like a wrestling soap opera. Graham says, if you find it, can you send it to me? Absolutely. I actually said, whoa, okay, this is definitely not safe for work stuff. Because you do follow me on what you call it. Uh, I'm just trying to sit there because for some odd reason I had a no, maybe I'll look for you in my comment section. There we go. Okay. I forgot you're under something called, well, I don't want to sit there and say what your Instagram name is, but Toby says soap operas and professional wrestling go hand in hand. Yep, they're both scripted. Paula says, what do soaps and, yep. That's all I was going to sit there and say. They're both, Graham said, yes. I just saved one of your pictures on my thing, so I would definitely hit you up as well. Curry says, well, watch it again, especially so you can start reviewing pay-per-view from Peacock. At least it would also give us a lot more members, wrestling-wise. Ooh, Kyrie's, you're a genius. That is actually a really cool idea. That's actually a really good idea. Darby says I won't be able to do the meetup. My apologies. That's all good, Darby. Um, if the first one's really successful, then I'll be doing them once a month. Darby says I remember when South Park did WWE on their show. It was funny how Cartman wrote the storyline, and no, that's actually a good idea, though. But no, in general, Darby, like if it goes well, I'll be doing them once every month. So, and that's in the chat. Hey, Albert, all who call GH. Yep. No, you are 100% right, and that you are 100%. And it's funny too, because when he said that he was Eddie Main, I was like, yeah. Just said, did you find a place for a meetup yet? Not yet. I want to lock down a date first, but I'm still looking. Oh well. Yeah, I'm still looking. Why is it not letting me follow you? Okay, so now is it gonna let me follow you? So annoying. Like I said, yeah, I'm gonna look for a place that's like very chill and like very easy for people to get to. Let's say, Darby says, Kyrie, what are you? Listen, Darby, my dude's a genius. Let's say I'm ready for a meetup. I hope it's near my area. Um, but the thing is, I'm in the New York area. But this YouTube thing goes well. I'm gonna sit there and be traveling. Um, because I know you're like kind of in the Florida area, right? If you're in the Florida area, I may be sitting there coming down at some point to Florida, and then I can sit there and meet up with DC. No, I'm gonna find a place though. That's right, Valerie. You know, it's funny, yes, because even Janet was like, do Vegas. So yeah, that's a place I'm definitely gonna sit there and do. Ah, okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. Thank you, Jess. And Alyssa West Coast. Okay. All right. That's right, Nikisha. You know we sit there doing 2 hours. You know how we do. Yes. And Pop is still in the chat. Now Graham said, damn, I have to take a trip home. I'm from Harlem, but I live in VA. Well, you know, the thing is, Graham's like next month I'll be doing one. Then the month after that I'll be doing another one. So I want to sit there and do them at least once a month, give or take. I want to sit there and try to do it once a month though. So this way, if people don't make one, they can sit there and make the next one. Uh, Laura B. Have a good night, Laura B. Thank you for joining. Just says I'm from Harlem, but I don't live there anymore. My friend used to live in Harlem. Curry says because soap operas and WWE are certainly not that far off from each other. Booking can be questionable in their storylines, but it's always fun to talk about. It's actually a good point. Where the hell's my damn pen at? Hey, all right. Hmm. You Kyrie's. Well, you have a great night, Laura B. Thank you for joining. I hope I get to see you this weekend, this Saturday. We're gonna sit there and really get into it. But no, Jess, my friend used to sit there and live in Harlem. Speaking of well, Harlem and everything like that. Well, I know you already got my I'll just message you, Jess. That's all I'll do. I'll just message you because I did message you before. So I'll message you again. Um, have a good night, Gloria. Thank you for joining. Also, thank you for joining the members. Annette says, oh, "Okay, it's still a good song." Thank you for joining the members. I will see you tomorrow if you're joining. You want to come through on the chat. We're gonna get into it. Um, I got some tea to spill. Um, hmm, I have something that happened yesterday that that I will be sneakily talking about in the members because I still kind of thought about it a little bit. Like even today, I was just like, wow. WC says GH kind of like wanting to live. Why not? I'm Power Rangers. I can go on and on about my favorite shows in the 90s. Hmm. Speaking of the 90s, one of my favorite shows, have a good night, Gloria. One of my favorite shows used to be called Lex. It used to be called Lex, and it was on a sci-fi channel. I don't know if anyone remembers that show. Carrie says, at the very least, start looking up the results and watching clips so when you see us mentioning wrestling, you can respond accordingly. No, 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 you're right. That's actually a pretty good idea. Have a good night, Tamara. Thank you for joining. Harry says, Dan, I'm pitching to you better than I'm pitching to you better than I ever did when selling the door to door in 2018. No, but that's actually I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try it out, Kyrie. I'm gonna try it out. Especially since I actually do have Peacock. And I'm like, I might as well use it for more than one thing at this point. So have a good night, Tamara. And that said, GH let the blackmail begin backstabbing. Man, I wonder what I mean. I guess you're kind of talking about full circle because I'm just like, well, which now Darby says, do you mean Lex? Yep, that's exactly what I mean, Darby. That's exactly what I mean. Why do we need Dex? And that because he's awesome. He's Jason 2.0, and but yes, Darby, it was called Lex. You know, sometimes I still will sit there and watch little clips of that show because Darby, it has all the ingredients that I want in a TV show. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I usually sit there and save this type of talk for members only. Hmm. Oh, hold on. No, Josh said Dex is an enforcer, but never Jason. Yeah, that's true. I think that's why I said like maybe Jason 2.0 in a lot of ways. You know, and you know, I do agree with that, Jonathan, because you know, Jason's my dude. There's really no really like you know. Johnson says only Jason. No, that's very true. And Jess said, why do we need Finn, Gregory, Cody, Gladys, etc. Well, Finn's a doctor, so I give him that. Gregory, no. Gladys is a troublemaker, so I give her that much. Gladys is a troublemaker. We need a troublemaker. Oh shit. CW. Have a good night, Kyrie. Thank you for joining. Oh, it was really good to see you. I hope I get to see you tomorrow. We're going to definitely go in on some of this stuff. Um, but yeah, no, just in all reality, like rest assured, I'm definitely gonna sit there and pick a place. I want to pick one where it's not that far from people and people can actually get to them. Also, something that's also has like a really good price range. You know, so I'm a find one. I want to lock down a date first. And that says Ava blackmail now for information. Oh, Nina. Nina blackmail Ava because of Nicholas and Gladys blackmail everyone. Everyone is blackmailing everyone at this point. Have a good night, CW. Thank you for joining. Yes, we are going to go in. We're going to go in. It's going to be good. So you definitely don't want to miss that. Carrie says Gladys and Jocelyn need a whooping. Carrie also says I'm not leaving yet. I'm just saying goodnight to CW. You're kicking me. Oh, no. My bad. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm a little kind of tipsy at this point right now. Um, Darby says Dex is a temporary band-aid for Sonny. The real problem is Michael replacing his father as the head of Sonny's organization. And I said, Gee, Trina is so tiny. I didn't even see. Is Miss Gee actually in chat? Because I don't see her. Duane says, do you really think Ava is Nina's friend? Yeah, I do. Against the stuff that just really does not make a lot of sense. Nikki said, looked like the membership grew while I was going. Everybody name is yes. That's what I was going to say. I was like, it was practically a members thing except for Annette at this point. The only person who's not a member at this point is Annette. Justin says Superman Legacy should be interesting, but unfortunately we had to wait 2 years for it. I don't, Jonathan, here's the thing. Emotionally, I'm not ready for it, right? Because I'm still pissed off that Henry Cavill got fired. I'm still like emotionally, I'm not with it. Logically, I'm like James Gunn is actually a pretty decent guy, and I don't want to sit there and hate him because he came in here and he decided to make changes that I don't necessarily agree with, but I do sit there and I look at it this way, Jonathan. We got another season of Superman and Lois. So I guess I gotta sit there and kind of count my blessings. Carrie says when you are not tip you're not tip uh Darby says Miss Key was given a membership. Oh, okay. No, I want to make sure I didn't sit there and miss her in the chat. But I'm not tipsy. That's not a good thing. Johnson says technically Cavill wasn't fired because he was never officially rehired to continue as Superman. No. And you're right. You're right. You're right. You, technically speaking, yes, you are 100% right. I'm not gonna lie. I was genuinely happy and thrilled when I saw him in Black Adam. And at this point, that movie is really old, so I'm not spoiling for anyone. I was genuinely happy. Um, so I felt like he was coming back. Jonathan, I'm gonna be honest. When it comes to us the Henry Cavill situation, there's more emotions than logic. I'll sit there and say that. Hmm. Darby says Ron last day Annette, Freddie haven't accepted memberships yet, and Lord knows I tried to bring them in into our dog car. Yeah, I didn't understand. Well, maybe Annette is actually well. Freddie had to leave last day. I want to get last day in here, and I know Annette is still in the chat. So Annette, if you want to sit there and join tomorrow, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Um, I wonder if it should still be there. Annette, if you're in the chat, I don't know if you're in the chat yet, but if you're in the chat, um, hit the dollar sign and then hit gifted membership and accept gift. Come through. Because we're definitely going to sit there and kill it. Also, Darby, no, I appreciate that. Thank you. Darby, you're amazing. You are. Oh, Annette, if you want to sit there and join tomorrow. We're going to actually have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's a membership only, but because people gifted some memberships, you can get yours for free for a month. You just have to hit the dollar sign, the dollar sign on the right hand side, and then hit um, members gifting, and then click on it to accept gift, and you'll become a member, and you'll get in on the tea. I got some tea to spill. Also, I got a story to sit there and spill. Sam just says Sam and Cody kind of has some nice chemistry in the scene today. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, Jonathan. It's a lot more emotion than logic. I will admit to that. You know. Now, Darby says, Annette, are you Android or iPhone? Yeah, that's actually pretty important because there's a way to sit there and go about that though. So it depending on what Darby is saying. If you have an Android phone or an iPhone, um, either way is free. So for a month. Johnson says, and I think a lot of people are upset about Henry and not continuing as Superman because he never really got to fully establish himself as in the role. Yes. Yeah. You are 100% right. Nakari says Darby CW, Ariana, Becky are going to be a highlight on Community tonight. Tab. Yes. Yeah, it's yeah, I did actually take a hot minute because I thought about you when I was gonna sit there and come on a live stream. I hope I was gonna see you. I'm gonna start doing that more though, Nikisha. I used to do that a while back, and I don't know why the hell I actually stopped. And yep, thank you, thank you, Jonathan. Yeah, I'm gonna start trying to do that more often, Nikisha. So also thank you for your advice. It actually really did help. But yeah, no, absolutely, Kyrie, absolutely. Johnson says, but I do hope the person that plays Superman next doesn't get too much hate online or harassment. You know, I don't either. I really don't. Yes, I want Henry to continue, but I kind of don't like that when they do that to anyone though. And that says, I don't know about my phone. Well, if you go into the chat, you should see a dollar sign on the right hand side. So, Annette, let me know if you actually see a dollar sign on the right hand side at the bottom. And then that would actually kind of help out a little bit. Darby says Henry Cavill and Brandon were the closest to replacing Christopher Reeve and the fans' heart. Yeah, they really actually did take. They actually really did take well to Brandon's Rouse version. Damn. I said, wow. Now, Dewan said, I don't. I wonder who will be cast as Superman. That's a damn good question. I was gonna sit there and say I remember James Smith talking about that, but I don't know if he actually knows or if he just like heard a rumor. Have a good night, Alyssa. Thank you for joining. It was really great to see you in the chat. Nikki said maybe you should make a master list of a bunch of relative hashtags. That way you can copy and paste into every description box when you upload, so you won't always have to retype it. Oh, that's actually a really good idea. Listen, I should tell you, that is wow. Thank you. Yeah, and that, let me know if you let me know. I mean, the thing is, even with the chat though, you can literally see it though. Like it literally, I mean, it's at the bottom on the right hand side. It should actually have a thing that's it's a little dollar sign. Excuse me. Dory said they're going to make him really, really young, and that's going to make me really. Curry says we would support Adam going after Victoria with his dark side, Albert. I'm not. Listen, I am not mad about that. I'm not. This isn't the same situation like Victoria and Elena. You know, because Victoria has been nasty and rude to Adam for a hot minute. So if he takes her down a couple of pegs, I'm totally okay with that. Dave says I'm confused at the end of today's episode. GH Ned said that his name is not Ned, but he said another name. Oh, it's Eddie Main. Eddie Main was a name that it was. Um, he was like that. That was his stage name that he used. He went by Eddie Main back in the day in like 1993 or something. That was just like an old rock name. Now, what I don't understand is that he has taken this persona, and it's not like he's into saying I'm Eddie Main. It's like he really thinks he's Eddie Main. Like they're two different characters, and I don't really understand that. He once said James probably heard rumors last him about an actor that used to play Thomas Foster Bink. Oh, okay, all right. He once says now every time I hear about Superman casting, I think of. Hmm. In case I maybe do hashtag Jason's at GSMA. Thank you. Thank you. I used to do that. I used to do that way more, but I need to start doing that again now. So thank you, Nikisha. Yes. Because I used to do like GH, I used to do GH hashtags and like days have hashtags and like YNR hashtags. I used to do way more hashtags back in the day. I don't know what happened. I think it's just because I started doing like all four soap operas, and like after a while, I would have to sit there and do hashtags for all of them, and that was kind of exhausting. But since I'm only doing two now, Johnson says I really hope that Adam Dark. I really hope they make Adam Dark again because they made a whole episode based on his redemption point, and I'm tired of him being everyone's punching back, kind of like Thomas, at this point. Thomas is the same person, I mean, as far as like trying to redeem him, and then he falls and trying to redeem him again, and then it's like it's the same rinse and repeat thing. Perry says, especially because he is grieving right now, and we all know that Itch will have zero compassion and still plot against him. So I hope he gives her good, and Nate and Audrey make them all pay. Now, Nikki said that's why a master list can really help you save time. Let me ask you something, Acacia. Is a master list, is this something where I just like hit a button and it just goes to all the hashtags? Because I feel like I would have to sit there and write them each. You know, I think there's a way I can actually do it. I think there's a way I can actually do it. I have an idea. And if it doesn't work, then I'm going to sit there and ask you about this master list. Because I know there's another way that I might be able to do it. I have to look that up. Master list. Just a really, I thought it was just, it is just a stage name. That's the thing, just it really is just a stage name. So it's like, um, but he's using that as like his actual. Yeah, I'm not really too much understanding that, to be honest. Uh, Johnson says, I hope they don't make him dark again. I mean, Adam or what you call it? Nikki said no. Ned was living a whole other life. Lois thought his name was Eddie. Ned needed the secret life to take. Oh, so he really is using that. He okay. So it's like a Clark Superman thing. He really is. Oh, Harry says, and he should make Nick and Kyle suffer as well. Playing nice isn't working for him, so be need. So he needs to put fear into them. Okay, thank you, Nikisha. Thank you. Yeah, I kind of figured that much. Okay, okay. I kind of figured you was talking about Adam, but I wasn't too sure because okay. I was like, I don't think you're talking about I don't think you're talking about Thomas. And Johnson says it will be a step backwards for him. Yeah, but you know, unfortunately, Jonathan, it's not the first time they did that. That that the writers didn't decide to actually have him go backwards. You know, give him a redemption arc, and then be like, nope, we're gonna sit there and make you a bad person, or we're gonna sit there and we're gonna make you go back to your old ways again. Johnson says he would end up losing more than he already has. That's very true. Now, Carrier says Adam is treated much worse than Thomas says. You know, I can actually believe that too. I can genuinely believe that too. Because it does look that way too, Kyrie. Because at least his family will sit there and say they love him, they respect him, they want him to do better. But unless it's Victor, Darby says Adam. No, Darby says Adam is Victor's dark son. Imagine looking at Victor at his worst. Now to pretend that Adam is Victor at his most ruthless and hungriest, frightening. Yeah, isn't Adam's name? Isn't his original name Victor? Adam's name is originally Victor. Tracy says, when do you think you might do Vegas? I don't want to sit there and say, but I definitely want to do it soon now. But I'll tell you this much, Tracy. I will sit there and when I do my trip for Vegas, it's going to be a month in advance. So I would definitely let people know a month in advance. If I do a trip like that, it's definitely gonna be announced a month in advance. Tracy says you're doing them in different areas. Yeah. I want to start off, the thing is, Tracy, I want to start off small and maybe do like in my areas a little bit to sit there and see um how those things, how they go and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I definitely would sit there and do like Vegas and stuff, and yeah, I think that should be a lot of fun. Nikki said the worst casting of going backwards is Gladys on GH. I really thought she had changed when Brano died. Hmm. It. Yeah, yeah, I can, I can see that. I can see that. I think the thing is, it's like Esme. They want people to be a villain again. They want Esme to be a villain, right? So at least with Gladys, they're making her. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like with Gladys, her. Maybe they didn't want to make Gladys boring. I think that's. I'm just assuming they didn't want to sit there and make Gladys too good for too long. I'm kind of throwing out straws at this point because I gotta be honest. I can't imagine what the writers was actually thinking at this point. Now John says there's Victor Adams. Oh, okay. So Adam is his middle name. Hmm. Very interesting. Now Duan says when Esme was a villain, she was too much. Yeah, but the problem is Duan, like her not being a villain is too much in the fact that she's annoying. So it's like I'd rather her be. It's like seeing her be nice and actually like normal just isn't working. So it's like, yes, I can understand. Dewan, you have a point to some extent because when she first was a villain, she was annoying. But seeing this version of her now, she's just. It's like I'd rather just have her as a villain at this point. Now Johnson says Adam is also Connor's middle name. Oh, okay. I will sit there and say, I know somebody in the chat that was not liking Adams. I mean, that was not liking Connor the way he was acting. I personally did give him props because he did actually apologize. He did recognize what he was doing was wrong, and he owned up to it. Now, somebody else had a very different take on it, and that person's name starts with a K. But it was very interesting. Nikki said Gladys storyline would have been better if we got to see the poker game play out, but no, we just get the aftermath. That was really funny, Nikisha. When you sit there and say the aftermath, um, it reminds me of Y and R and how they do their stories. Harry says that someone was. I know. I was just trying. I was just trying to be nice, Kyrie. So I was just trying to be nice. Darby says I don't want to see Asme as a punching bag. I want to see her as a future Carly because Jocelyn can't wear Carly because Joss can't wear Carly pumps and her badness. Well, Darby. No, I definitely want her to be. Um, I definitely want to sit there and see her more. Uh, I want to see her as a as a villain again. Now, Dewan says, "Who is worse, Gladys or Nina?" Jesus Christ! It's kind of like just saying, "Do I want some fingers cut off, or do I want to be tortured?" Darby says, "I don't want to see Esme as a okay." Dewan, I'm gonna sit there and go with Gladys. I felt like I was gonna go with Gladys. as far as who's worse between Gladys or Nina, Nina I don't like, but Gladys is just irritating. Gladys is irritating. Nina's an idiot, right? Gladys is just annoying. Like, Gladys is actually worse. Nikki said Weinar is kind of the aftermath. Everything happens on screen. It definitely happened, Nikisha. It definitely has. I think that's probably the one. Okay, one of many things that I'm not a fan of, Nikisha, is a lot of stuff happens off screen. I understand why it happens off screen, but it's one of those things where it's like when it comes towards a TV show, showing is more better than telling. And a lot of times with YNR, they would tend to tell more than show. Also, they don't really they don't really have a lot of relatable characters. Like when I say things say relatable characters, I don't mean like people do things that people can relate to, but I just mean relatable characters in general. Like half of the damn town is rich, right? This is something that DC have said, I've said, and I don't know what other soap reviewer, but I'm pretty sure at some point they're gonna probably get to that point. Um, and it's in some ways they just make the show very unrelatable. I don't know if that was intentional, but now Tracy says I like Dex. I actually like Dex too. Darby says shoes equals I mean. Then John says this Tuesday is Superman Lois with Lex. I am so looking forward to that episode, Jonathan. I'm going to be honest though. I actually really did like Brew. What's his name? Brew Manheim. Jesus Christ. Brew Manheining. Brew Main. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I can't. I'm not even gonna sit there and bother trying to pronounce his name. But you know who I'm talking about. I actually did like him. Him and the Peter story, or however you pronounce the name. Because it's definitely one of those things where it's like, as much as a bad guy as he was, and he definitely did love his wife, and you can definitely sit there and sympathize. Oh, Bruno, Jesus Christ. Oh, Bruno Mannheim, thank you. Yeah, you can definitely sit there and sympathize with him. And it was one of those things where it's like, I know I know he's bad, but the dude really loves his wife. It's like, how mad could I actually be mad? How mad could I actually be at this character? Oh, Jess, no, that's a good. Oh, I want to know that answer, Jess. I want to know that answer before I end this live stream. Um, oh, Pia, that's how you pronounce the name, right? Right, Jonathan Pia. Ugh. Debbie says Bruno. Oh, Bruno. Oh, Bruno Manheim. Bruno Manheim. Bruno Manheim. Thank you, Darby. Okay, cool. I don't know if I thank you, Jonathan. I wonder if I would actually been able to pronounce it better if I was actually sober. I don't think I actually would have. I think I still would have actually pronounced it. But yes, no, it was just one of those situations where it was just like I was like, I know he's a bad person, he's done bad things, but like he really loved his wife, and given what she was going through, it just and then I actually made the mistake, Jonathan. Like I watched a million little things, and then I watched Superman and Lois, and that was probably not a good idea. That was way too much emotion for one day. Johnson says, I remember when Dominic, aka from GHU, played Bruno Man. Are you serious? Oh, Jonathan, I'm gonna have to look that up now. I'm gonna have to look that up now. Now, Jesse just says they're both selfish. Gladys is greedy, but damn, I gotta say Nina. Wow, that's interesting, Jess. Because I was meant to saying it was Gladys. I was saying it was Gladys. That's very interesting. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't like Nina, but Gladys is just oof. Harry says, like Deck's voice just irritates me right now when he talks to Jocelyn. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Thank you. Nikki, seriously? Nikki said Gladys stole. No, Gladys lied, stole friend, but I don't think any of those is worse than what Nina did to Ava and Avery. Hmm. Juan says, yeah, I saw that on Smallville. I think it's ironic how Z character was on. I gotta look this up. That is actually crazy, Jonathan. I know he was on another show with him and Kristen Kruk or whatever her name is called Edgemont. I'm gonna look that up though. You know what it is. I guess I feel that what you call it is just so annoying. Like Gladys isn't. I mean, Nina's annoying, but somehow Gladys is. I've dealt with too many Gladys in my lifetime. That's what it comes down to. Carrie says, so when your first wrestling review are going to review the Money and the Bank pay-per-view. Now, Carrie says, so when your first wrestling review are gonna review the Money and the Bank pay-per-view. Hmm. I just wrote. There we. Okay, thank you, Carrie. Darby says, I hate when people say selfish like it's a dirty word. What's wrong with things, Jazz? And Darby says there's another word for selfish called ambitious. Eh, not really. Not really. It yeah. Because you can be ambitious, and I don't think there's anything wrong with being ambitious. I think maybe it's how you go about it. You know, how you go about it. It's a little bit different. Juan says Ned has his memory. No, he doesn't. He called himself Eddie Main. Just says, look at the way Gladys and Nina are selfish, Darby, and tell me that is a good thing. Yeah, no, no, no. That's definitely selfish. And ambitious and selfish is different. Terry says, I'm just going to make sure we find a way to get us to 100 members by the end of the year. If wrestling don't work, I think of something else, but we're going to make it. Thank you. Thank you, Kyrie. Listen, Kyrie, you're my guy. You're my right hand man. So thank you. Bostic Enterprises and Clark Industries is definitely going to make that happen. Kirby says a little bit of a stretch. I agree. Yeah, because you can be ambitious. There's nothing wrong with ambition, but it's the way that you go about it. Though. KB's in the chat. What's good, KB? Ambition and selfish are not the same. No, they're not. They are not. Don't get me wrong. Your ambitions can get to the point where you are essentially selling your soul, and I've seen that. I've seen ambitions to the point where you start to sell your soul, and you trade success for your integrity. And that's something that I always sit there and think about every day when I'm on YouTube, when I'm sitting there doing these videos, these live streams and stuff. And I see how some people work. I see how they move. And it's like some people will sit there and go for shock value. You know, if I'm the worst version of myself, then I get more views. But I always sit there and look at stuff like that, and I'm just like, but you do have to look yourself in the mirror. And I just don't understand how some people can actually do that. I mean, don't get me wrong, they get the money, the fame, and everything, but sometimes you gotta sit there and ask yourself, is it really worth it? You know, like, is the trade off really worth it? KB says, ambition and selfish can share the same drive. Your approach is different. No, no, and that's very true. That's very true, KB. Also, thank you for joining. Gary says, I'm hoping when I release the book as well, I can get some of my future fans in the live stream as well. Maybe in today's of our lives, I'll try to get my best friend into that show. Oh, that would definitely be interesting. Now, Darby says, Ned ain't Eddie. Ned's just hiding from the living room. Well, a vacation from Olivia, if you will, and he deserves one after all the crap that. You know, honestly, tell you, Darby, I cannot disagree with that sentence whatsoever. I really can. But with that being said, I think I'm gonna go because I do gotta wake up at 4 in the morning. But if you're not a member, come through, join. If you're rewatching this, we're gonna sit there and get into it tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. So grab some drinks, some popcorn, whatever you need to sit there and do. We're gonna get into it tomorrow. I do want to thank everyone for joining though. This was so much fun, and I really can't think of a better way to sit there and spend my Friday with everyone here. So thank you, because I could have been doing anything. Yeah, I chose to be here, and I cannot be any more grateful. Have a good night, Jess. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Darby. Have a good night, Kyrese. Have a good night, Denise. Have a good night, Nikisha. Thank you for joining. Denise G. I'm gonna call you Denise G because we have another Denise in the chat. But have a good night, Denise G. I hope I get to see you tomorrow. We're gonna get into it. Denise G says, "Oh, Kyrie says good night, fan favorite. Good night, Jess, Darby, Grams, TV, Duane. Good night, Jonathan, Albert, and everyone else. Yes. Have a good night, KB. Thank you for joining. It's all good, Denise. Listen, whenever you join, I appreciate you being here. So I hope we get to see you tomorrow because we're gonna get into some stuff. We are going to get into some stuff. Have a good night, KB. Have a good night, Kyrie. Have a good night, Duane. Have a good night, Blackmon. Have a good night, Jonathan. I hope I get to see you tomorrow. We're gonna get into it. Nisa, get some rest. Yes, thank you. I definitely will. I hope I get to see you tomorrow, though. You're always amazing. Always good. I'm always really happy when I get to sit there and see your comments. So really good to see you tonight, and I hope I get to see you tomorrow. We're gonna have a lot of fun. So, and that's actually gonna get me through. That's actually gonna get me through tomorrow. So, oh yeah. Ariana, good night, Albert. Thank you. I'm off tomorrow and should be there. Well, I look forward to seeing you. We're gonna get into it. Have a night, Ampop. Thank you for joining. Jesse Jess, Jonathan. Join us next time for another edition of Soul Chat with Albert Bostic. Thank you, Jonathan. What would I do without you? Seriously. You're too good to me. You really are. I'm not being sarcastic. I mean, I'm being dead ass serious. You really are, and I really do appreciate you. So have a good night, everyone. Thank you for joining. I will see y'all all back here tomorrow. It'll be a lot of fun. So laters.